Hello students, welcome to our video. In this video, we are going to study about number system. As you have already studied in the previous classes about the number system, but first of all, we should go a preview about the number system. You know that there are two types of number. Real number and imaginary number. वास्तविक संख्या, अवास्तविक या काल्पनिक संख्या. To understand what real numbers are, we need to understand the number line. रियल नंबर को समझने के लिए हमें पहले संख्या रेखा के बारे में जानना होगा. नंबर लाइन क्या होती है? एक संख्या रेखा. A number line can be defined as a straight line with numbers placed at equal intervals along its length. नंबर लाइन एक सरल रेखा होती है जिस पर संख्याओं को एक निश्चित अंतराल पर दर्शाया जाता है. A number line can be defined as a straight line with numbers placed at equal intervals along its length. It can be extended both sides as our requirement in any direction and usually represented horizontally. Positive numbers are placed on the right hand side of the number line and negative numbers are placed on the left hand side of the number line. You have heard various complicated definitions of real numbers, but here is the simplest one. Any number that can be plotted on a number line is called a real number. Means कोई भी संख्या जिसे हम संख्या रेखा पर दर्शा सकते हैं उसे वास्तविक संख्या यानी रियल नंबर कहते हैं. To understand the real number, let's take some examples. Example number 1, -2. -2 is a negative integers and you are seeing that on the number line we can easily plot -2. -2 lie on the left side of the 0 on the number line. since it can be plotted on the number line, so minus 2 is a real number. Similarly, 3. 3 is a positive integer. 3 is a positive integer and it can also be plotted on the number line. So it is a real number. Now we take another example. 0.5. Even though it is not an integer, it can be plotted on the number line. It will be between 0 and 1. हालांकि 0.5 एक पूर्णांक नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी इसे संख्या रेखा पर दर्शा सकते हैं. इसकी स्थिति 0 और 1, बिटवीन 0 and 1. So 0.5 is also a real number. Now look at another example. Example number 3. It is root 2. Root 2, which is also called square root of 2. If we calculate the value of root 2, we get 1.4142 and so on. It is the approximate value. If you find out the value of root 2, it will be very long, very large numbers after decimal, but for conveniently we use 4 digits after decimal. The digit after decimal point do not end. These types of numbers are called non-terminating non-recurring डेसिमल नंबर्स. इस तरह की संख्याओं को हम अनवसानी अनावर्ती दशमलव संख्याएं कहते हैं. And yes, these numbers too can be plotted on the number line. To plot non-terminating non-recurring decimal number is difficult but possible. Such type of numbers are also called real numbers. If we plot root 2 on the number line, then it will be between 1 and 2, or you can say between 1.4 to 1.5, because the value of root 2 is 1.4142. Then you are seeing that it is just between 1.4 to 1.5. So its right location will be as here. Similarly, root 3 is also a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal number. The value of root 3 is approximate 1.73205 and it is also doesn't end at digit 5. So it is also a real number. You must remember one thing, that is the decimal expansions of the square root of those numbers which lie between perfect square numbers are always non-terminating, non-recurring. For example, root 5, root 6, root 7, root 8, etc. All these types of number are called non-terminating, non-recurring numbers. And what about the special numbers? Now we are talking about a special number. Example number 4. We have a special number pi. What you want to say about the pi? The approximate value of pi is 3.14159, and it is also not stopped at the digits of 9. It also gives a very large number, but it is an approximate value. So it is also a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal number, and yes, it can also be plotted on the number line, which makes it a real number. If we plot pi on the number line, then it will be between 3 to 4, and so pi is also a real number. So we can say that any number that can be plotted on a number line is called a real number. Now let's talk a bit about the different kinds of number we know. The first kind number is terminating decimal numbers. Like 0.375. This number ends on 5 and does not go on and on. Means it stops at 5. Then we have another kinds of number. Another kind of number is non-terminating recurring. Non-terminating recurring numbers like 0.6666 and so on. It is also written as 0.6 bar because it gives the frequency again and again 666, so it can be written as 0.6 bar. Bar means repeating of 6 many times. So we saw that we have some different kinds of decimal numbers, such as terminating decimal numbers, non-terminating recurring decimal numbers, and non-terminating non-recurring decimal numbers. Means शांत दशमलव, अशांत या अनवसानी आवृत्ति दशमलव या अनवसानी अनावृत्ति दशमलव. 0.375 is in this category, and 0.666 and so on is in the category of non-terminating recurring decimal numbers, and root 2 equal to 1.4142 and so on. Root 3 equal to 1.73 205 and so on, and pi equal to 3.14159 and so on. These numbers are presented in the non-terminating, non-recurring decimal numbers. So these two categories, terminating decimal and non-terminating recurring decimals, these two categories is called rational number. And the numbers in this category is called irrational number. Rational numbers means परिमेय संख्याएं. Irrational number means अपरिमेय संख्याएं. So students, rational numbers and irrational numbers, these two categories together form a real numbers. And remaining we will study in our next video. So stay tuned with us for more videos. Thank you.